Ladies and gentlemen, recently got a question that I semi-touched on in my last video, but I do believe that it is noteworthy for me to touch on it as we speak because I know a lot of you guys are looking to travel to the Philippines sometime soon. I know myself, I am on my way back there in the next couple of days. Super excited. Can't wait to give you guys quality content. But a lot of guys have been asking me, yo, Doc, man, how much money should I bring as a first timer coming into the country? And seeing as though I've been out of the country for a couple of years and this is my first time back, I am actually going to utilize my own rule from this particular video in my own daily life. And I do believe that it will be suitable for a lot of you guys. All right, so y'all make sure y'all stay tuned. If you haven't already, ladies and gentlemen, make sure you support the Good Doc over there on Patreon, man. A lot of good content over there. If you want to support the Good Doc on this leg of his journey, by all means, man, make sure you subscribe to the Patreon. Check out all the content I got over there. There's a lot of vault videos, a lot of things that, you know, I've had in the cut for a long time. And there's just some things on there that I just do not think is YouTube worthy, right? Or they might ban me on YouTube if I actually post this shit. But nonetheless, ladies and gentlemen, how much money should you bring coming to the Philippines? Me, I like to believe that at least if you're going to travel for, I would say, a week or more, right? Some people may do it for a couple of days. The same rules apply, but I do believe a solid week, 7 days or so, is a good number or a good amount of time spent in the Philippines. And this is how I choose to basically set a budget for myself if I'm a newbie, or how I would set a budget for myself as a newbie coming to the Philippines. Okay, ladies and gentlemen, I got one number. That's it, just one number. And it's a very exact number. Okay, 1,000 US dollars per every week you're going to stay in the Philippines. Say that one more time for all of my gentlemen in the nosebleeds. Ladies and gentlemen, 1,000 US dollars per week that you're going to spend in the Philippines. Ladies and gentlemen, I know. If you've been to the Philippines before, you're probably looking at the Good Doc like he done lost his damn mind. Doc, what are you talking about? You do not need $1,000 a week in order to have a great and satisfactory experience in the Philippines. I know that. I'm not stupid. I've lived there. I know how much it costs me on a weekly basis, and it's far less than $1,000. But what I'm taking into consideration is foreigner mindset, right? Foreigners have this mindset wherein they do the constant comparison of peso to dollar. That's number one, and it's always going to be a mistake, and I never want you to do that, but I know you're going to do that. Oh my God, we going to this place and it's only costing me $10, aka about 500 pesos for me to enjoy this meal. What? Only $10? Man, I can eat here every day that I want to, and it's only gonna cost me $10. Da 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 da. You know, or oh, I went to this place, got a massage, super cheap, or I'm dealing with this young lady and we're going on dates and stuff like that, and I want to eat at the American restaurants that are going to cost me roughly about $50 a meal. You see, you have to take all that into consideration because a lot of people aren't going to go through the process, at least if you're only spending a week there, of immersing yourself in the culture, right? Or emerging, or what the fuck a word I'm looking for? Immersing, I think that's the word, yourself in the culture, or being a part of the culture, being part of the Philippines, or being, you know, let's go to this place. Let's go try this place. Oh, wow. Let's go try some street food. Let's go do this. Let's go do that. A lot of y'all ain't going to want to do that. I understand completely. And as a result of me understanding the mindset of the greater majority of the gentlemen that are going to be traveling to the country, I understand that it's going to cost you just a little bit more than your average foreigner who knows the country a little bit better, does as the locals do, you know, in order for you to have a satisfactory experience. Right? You're going to want to do more in a week. You're going to want to do more in a couple of weeks than, you know, somebody who actually lives there. So you're going to want to go to all probably the vacation spots, this, that, and the other, you know, just to, you know, vlog it or probably put it on your socials. Oh, look at me. I've been here. I've done that. Look at me. Follow me. Da, 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 da. You know, right? You're going to want to do all that stuff if that's the lifestyle that you choose. But even if it's not, you're probably still going to want to do it for whatever reason you want to do it. Maybe you got a travel companion that wants to take you to these places or wants you to pay for her to go to these places. You know what it is. And you're just going to need way more money than you probably will ever spend. And I'm not saying that it's impossible to spend $1,000 a week because, you know, depending on your hotel, depending on your accommodations, depending on what type of foods you like, depending on your transportation. If we're on Jeeps and stuff like that, a little bit different than your taxi cabs, your Grabs and things of that nature, right? It just depends on how much you want to immerse yourself in the culture. And I know that in like the first week or first couple of weeks there, you're not going to want to do that. You're going to want everything to be convenient, right? And Grabs and taxis and things of that nature are just far more convenient than doing the local or the typical local way of traveling, right? Jeepneys and things of that nature. Buses, where it take you and it stops for hours, and doing this stuff, it's going to take you a long time to get to certain destinations. You're probably going to want to try to get around all that, flying a little bit more than just doing the land travel. You're going to want to avoid all that shit because it's going to cut into your time. And I do believe that what's key and important here is taking advantage of your time while in country. And if you want to take advantage of your time and you want things to be convenient and you want things to be fast, you're not on the MRT, the LRT, and things of that nature. You're going to want to be in things that are going to get you from point A to point B quickly. And that's going to cost you a little bit of money, right? So when I say $1,000 per week that you're staying in country, my whole thought process and philosophy is, and it has never changed, and you can check this in almost any other video that I've ever talked about this particular subject or this particular topic, I'll always tell you this. It's always, good to have and not need than to need and not have, right? Always better to over prepare. That way, hey man, you know that you got 1,000 set aside specifically for this week. You don't necessarily have to spend that grand for that week, but as long as you have it, it's like, hey, I got this money. I'm good to go. I know what I could do. I know what I could budget on, or you feel as though you don't necessarily have to budget yourself down to the simplest peso or centavo, in order to get around, because you've budgeted for so much more than you should hopefully ever need. Okay. So when we talk about $1,000 per week in the Philippines, this is the reason why I believe that this is the most ideal choice for your everyday average newbie coming to the Philippines. Because again, you always want to make sure you have more than you'll ever need, at least for that week, right? Because you never know what you're going to run into. That's key, right? Emergencies happen. And hopefully that emergency, if it does occur, fits right into that 1,000 peso budget you already had. So again, maybe you guys see it different, right? There's been some videos that even I have posted myself about guys living off of $500 a month, which is crazy, but some people make it work. I'm not saying that it's impossible. I'm not saying that it's impossible, but I'm gonna tell you right now, something like that does not necessarily come without its challenges, right? We're talking about $1,000 a week for your newbies. We're talking about $500 an entire month for probably your more experienced expat or traveler to the Philippines. I've talked about it before, but I don't want you to have to struggle, right? So if that's what you have to do to make it work, we got to do a little bit more. That's all I'm gonna say. Ladies and gentlemen, if you enjoyed this video, you already know what to do, man. Like, share, comment, and subscribe. This has been the Good Doc, man. Y'all take care. Y'all stay blessed. Maybe the next time you see me, it might be in another country. Prayerfully, that is true, right? It's my time, effort, and energy, man. Y'all take care. Y'all stay blessed, man. Doc is out. Peace.